Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to SunshinehazeCo. I'm Aja A. As promised, I am here with the Libra new moon video. This is my last video of the night, y'all, and I'm going to bed. I wanted to just come in here and give you guys some quick little pieces of information and insight before, or not before, but quick pieces of information and insight for this Libra new moon, this Libra lunar cycle, which is going to be for the next month, leading up until the Scorpio new moon. Okay. So very quickly, just to give you a little bit of background knowledge on what a new moon is, it is when the moon and sun are in conjunction, and the side of the moon that is facing us is not illuminated. So in the sky, it appears as if we don't have a moon. Energetically speaking, that's new energy, refreshed energy, a little bit of mystery, speaking to the lack of light there, and also intuition coming in pretty strong for us with these new moon periods. Okay. This new moon is in the sign of Libra, the scales. Happy birthday to the Libras. Happy birthday to my Grammy. Happy birthday to one of my besties, Natu. You wild Libras. I do love you guys, though. I don't think I'm missing anybody. Okay, you guys, this new moon was earlier well, it is now a new day for me, so yesterday, but this new moon was on October 6th, which is a Tuesday, Wednesday. It was Wednesday, October 6th, and it was at 7:05 in the morning, and that's Eastern Standard Time, in 13 degrees, which I will get into in a few minutes, the numerology, okay? Just a little bit of background knowledge into, I keep clearing my throat because it's the middle of the night. Bear with me, y'all. I'll give you guys a little bit of background knowledge into Libra energy. Like I said, they are the scales. Libra is associated with balance, justice. Libra is ruled by Venus, so there's this aspect of love and beauty and aesthetic there as well. Libra energy is very generous. And on the shadow side, Libra can be indecisive, a little paranoid, and codependent, okay? Also easily influenced and also manipulative. These are Libra shadow energies. Sidebar, my Grammy is a Libra, and she cracks me up when she talks about the zodiac and horoscopes and astrology, because she's always like, we're the only ones who aren't little animals. And I'm always laughing because I'm like, what are you talking about? No, what about Virgo and Aquarius? And she's like, humans are mammals. We're the only ones who aren't little animals. But you know what? She's right. You guys are the only zodiac that is actually not a living thing. You guys are the scales. So that's important. Maybe I should do some more research on Libra. That's important. That's cool. I think the sidebar fun fact, a little bit of info, and give you a little glimpse into my grandmother. There are a few key points that I want to speak to for this new moon, and the first is obviously balance, okay? With the Libra energy, especially with us having a Libra Mercury Retrograde, we are really bringing ourselves back into alignment. With this being a new moon, we are being called, our intuition is calling out to us to put ourselves into alignment with the things that we are meant for, with the opportunities that are supposed to be coming in for us. Excuse me, put ourselves into alignment with the energies and the places and the spaces and the people that we're supposed to be mixing and mingling with during this time, to bring forth the change that is supposed to be manifesting over the fall season, which is the season of change, okay? It might seem a little mysterious, the ways in which you are balancing yourself out or bringing yourself back into alignment, because we are dealing with the new moon. Intuition is heightened at the new moon and the full moon. At the full moon, it's very clear, very in your face. At the new moon, intuition is very strong, but it's very much so on a subconscious level. So the things that you are coming into and the moves that you're making in order to bring that balance about in your lives over the course of this lunar cycle, they may not seem very in your face. They may not seem like they're right there on the surface, but understand that they're moving and they're working and they're happening, so that, like I said, you can be in alignment with those places and things and people and energies and spaces that you're supposed to be in alignment with, okay? The next point that I want to speak to is our physical appearance. This is sorry you guys, my nose is itching. Another fun fact, my Grammy, we're Creole, old saying, them old people, old black sayings, is that when your nose is itching, somebody wants to kiss you. Who wants to kiss me? Going back to the video though, Another point is physical appearance with Libra. I mentioned earlier that Libra is ruled by Venus, the planet of beauty, the planet of aesthetics. So with this being a new moon, a lot of us are going to be in these spaces to where we're ready to initiate these new beauty phases, is like the best term that I can put for it, but more so in a space of becoming more healthy again, bringing things back into alignment. So, you know, shifting our diet so that our bodies can look the ways that we want them to look, changing our skincare regimens or our hair care regimens so that our hair could be more popping or our skin could clear up, working out or not working out, whatever the case may be, doing whatever it is that you feel like you need to do to bring in better health, which in turn brings in better appearance, if that makes sense. Vanity is definitely coming up for this new moon, but it's in Libra, and I speak to Libra is a very, very gentle, very beautiful energy, and so the changes that you're making, I feel like will be very positive. I don't feel like they'll be pushed or strenuous. I think they'll be very natural, and again, your intuition pulling you towards these things, okay? Next message, this is not a tarot reading. The next point that I want to speak to with the Libra new moon is the aspect of justice and correction. So now I'll kick it into tarot. Libra is the justice card in tarot, and Libra energy is associated with justice. So on an individual personal level, over the next month, especially with all this retrograde energy in the sign of Libra as well, we're going to be in a space to where the things that are wrong in our lives are going to be corrected. We're going to be making things right. If you have been moving in a funny way, you've been moving kind of suspicious, moving kind of sus, moving kind of sketchy, best believe that over the next few weeks or the course of the next month, you might get called out on it, or you will probably come into a space to where you just have a little come to Jesus with yourself, and you're like, oh gosh, I shouldn't be moving like that. If you've gone through life, haven't we all? If you are in a space to where you've been feeling like people have just been playing you to the left, you've been feeling slighted, you've been feeling like you haven't been receiving the return on the efforts that you have been putting forward during this lunar cycle, you are going to be calling those people out or those things out, or you're going to be making these corrections. And this could be by way of, confrontation and telling people, hey, match my energy. It could also be by way of cutting certain things out. I would definitely suggest watching the Libra Mercury Retrograde video. I also have a tarot forecast for the month of October up as well, and the energy that I'm speaking to is definitely pretty common throughout the spreads. Cutting things out that are not serving you, cutting things out that don't work for you, that aren't right, so to speak. Okay. Moving away from the main points, I do want to talk a little bit about the shadow side of Libra. I mentioned earlier, Libra can be paranoid. Libra can be a little codependent, manipulative, but also easily manipulated, okay? And also selfish on the shadow side. So be mindful of those energies coming up over the course of this lunar cycle, more so around the actual lunation and the shadow period of the new moon, like a couple days before, a few days after. Just be mindful of those energies, especially when it comes to decision making over the next month. I feel like for a lot of people, the way that the energy is set up right now, as far as astrology goes, there are decisions that are having to be made in our lives. There are choices that we're having to figure out. There are changes that need to be made in our lives. And with this Libra energy, at some point, some of us may start feeling a little confused, a little indecisive, a little paranoid about the changes coming in, but just be mindful and remember that that is the energy that we are working with right now. And once you acknowledge it, you can actually work yourself through that and get over those feelings and those energies, okay? I do want to talk a little bit about the aspects for this moon. I typically speak very quickly and sometimes not at all talk about the aspects outside of the lunation, but we've got a lot of stuff happening with this one, so I'm just going to run down the list here. I have it written, like it's literally quite a few things to the point to where I have it written down and I'm going to have to look at the paper. We've got this new moon conjunct Mars, quincunx Uranus, and then also conjunct stars Algorab and asteroids 269 and 3811. 269 is named after the Roman god of justice, but I do not want to mess up the name. And also 3811 is the asteroid that is named Karma. Okay, so with this new moon being conjunct Mars, and Mars is the planet of instinct and physicality, okay? There is this drive and increased energy. However, on the other hand, be mindful of being impulsive and being overly, not overly, but reacting emotionally in a negative way with all that fire energy that Mars comes with over the new moon. Remember that the moon does govern our emotions, and when we have these lunar these lunar things, when we have these new moons and these full moons, our emotions typically tend to be a little bit more heightened. I will say though, with the air moons, typically with the air moons and the earth moons, the energies, the emotional energies aren't always on 10 like they tend to be with water moons and fire moons. Okay. What's next? Quincunx Uranus. So this brings in a little bit of an awkward energy here, and with this particular aspect, there are probably going to be some changes pushed into unexpected shifts, unexpected changes coming up for you guys, or coming up for all of us. I've been doing tarot readings all day, you guys, so I'm still in tarot reading jargon, but this is a new moon reading for all of us, speaking to the collective. Okay. These changes coming in unexpected that are putting us in spaces to where we have to make certain moves. What this energy really puts forward is, when they tell you like you get stuck in a space, and whether you're ready for it or not, something comes along to make you do whatever it is that you got to do. That is the energy of the new moon, Quincunx Uranus. So I would say, be prepared, but Uranus is a planet of surprises. So I would look at your chart to see what the new moon is passing over, and that might be able to give you a little bit of insight into where you could expect these Uranus surprises, these Uranian surprises. Okay. And now speaking to the star Algorab. Okay. What is that? Conjunction? Yes. There's a conjunction to Algorab, and this star carries Mars energy and like Saturn energy. It is not very smooth. It is intense, in your face, pretty blunt. So on a collective level, this one speaks more to a collective level, and there are certain places in the world that have more aspects to this particular aspect, but this brings forth like attacks and rebellion and things of that sort, specifically towards like government systems. I was doing research, and I see nothing for the United States really, but if y'all know me, y'all know. However, I wouldn't be surprised if over the next month, especially with the Mercury retrograde, if some wild things start going down, if there's some like protests, but not like the ones that we've been seeing over the past couple of years, like some real rebellion, talking like January 6th type rebellion is really what I'm speaking to, and maybe even more. Probably more so related to, obviously, all of the stuff going on with the pandemic, probably some race relation stuff, and most likely some stuff that has to do with the with women's rights, women's reproductive rights, is really what I've been looking at here. But on a more collective, on a wider level, I didn't really see too much about the United States being that affected by this conjunction, but the energy is out there, just to keep that in mind. On a personal level, just be mindful of, like I said earlier, your emotional reactions to things. They could literally lead to blows over this next lunar cycle, depending on how you have your chart set up. So, and then communication is a little crazy right now because we've got a Mercury retrograde happening, and it is in an air sign. So just keep it cute. Think about things before you say them, and think about and process the things that are said to you before you react to them, is really all I'm going to say about that particular aspect. And now these asteroids, very small message there with asteroid 269 and 3811. These are the energies of justice and literally karma. 3811 is the asteroid karma. And people get a little afraid when they hear the words karma because they automatically associate it with what goes around comes around. And for whatever reason, that has a very negative connotation. But it really more so breaks down into what you put out there is what is going to come back for you. So this particular conjunction to these stars is, again, going back to that energy of justice and, correcting the things in your lives that need to be corrected. And also bringing about the energy of this infinite energy. Karma is associated with like the number numbers 7 and 8, but when I think of karma visually, I envision the infinity symbol. So bringing around these cycles that need to be bought in for us in our lives, okay? All right, very quickly, because I'm getting hungry and I'm getting sleepy. The numerology, this lunation is in 13 degrees. That's the numbers 1 and 3. So manifestation, independence, new chapters, and also, you know, things coming together and putting forth positive energy and positive intentions in the spaces that we're moving into. And so with this being the degree of this Libra new moon, we are literally, this is cardinal air, and cardinal air starts the fall season. So we are literally, the things that are coming in for us that we are being pulled towards with our intuition, they're setting us up for the changes that are supposed to be coming in. We're kind of in a preparatory period right now to where it's like, okay, we may not necessarily know what's coming in for us, but we're still going to be doing the work because we can feel whatever it is, and that's what's going down. Okay, breaking down into 4, creating solid foundations there. This moon happened on a 3-day, so just going back to that energy of the number 3, manifestation and focus and you know, collaboration. And I do speak to community there, but also speaking to collaboration of all of your efforts coming together in order to physically manifest your positive intentions. Okay. All right, guys. For the new moon rituals, I don't do like there. I see on the internet like all these crazy rituals, and I'm just like, y'all, that's a lot. I keep it cute. So I have a new moon journal that I only use for new moon intentions. With my intentions, you want to be very, very precise in the way that you speak and the way that you write. So new moon is not a time for release. The new moon is not a time to clear things out. The new moon is not a time really to gain clarity. This is a time to really use your intuition and put forth the things that you want to see play out in your lives. And how I write and speak my intentions is as if I already have these things. So I do, I can, I am, I have, I you know, speaking, y'all, I'm so sleepy, but speaking to things kind of like affirmations is how you write in your new moon journal. And you're going to want to write intentions that speak to all of the energies that I was talking about in this video. I like to incorporate the elements and colors and everything, and color energies and numerical energies and stuff into my rituals. So I will be probably burning some sort of light smelling, airy incense. I'll be writing in either a pink or a blue pen, light pastel colors. Reading my intentions out loud. I'll be burning one of my smudge blends because I like to burn them, and I have a one that I like for, it's my Zen blend that's very, very peaceful, brings in peace and positivity and tranquility. And what else? And I also like to work with stones when I do my new moon intentions. I like to hold them as I read. And what are some Libra stones, you guys? I know I wrote some down. Yes, bloodstone, hypersthene, citrine, rose quartz, lapis lazuli, lilac, lepidolite, chrysoprase. Those are just a few, but you did I say rose quartz? I probably said rose quartz. Rose quartz. Those are just a few things that you can work with for the Libra new moon. Like I said, I don't do an extremely extensive ritual. I like to keep it cute. Everything is about intention and energy. And if you want to get more extensive with your ritual, by all means, be my guest. But I'm going to leave that to you. I'm going to leave that to y'all. All right, you guys, let me wrap it on up. To just break it down and sum it up, this Libra new moon is all about balance, corrections, and getting our physical appearance and our aesthetic back right. Okay, people that are going to be mostly affected are people obviously with their moon, their natal moons in Libra in 13 degrees. Also people with a lot of Libra energy, cardinal energy, 13 degree placements, or within the orb of 13 degrees, which is like 6 or 7, but the closer to it, I like to hit for like 2 or 3. Within the orb of 13 degrees, what else? And a lot of air energy in their charts. You are definitely going to be feeling the effects and the energies here and seeing some major changes. For everybody else, take a look at where this lunation is passing over your natal chart, and you can just pull up your transits and plug in your information on Google. Most sites are free for you to look at that to get an idea of where you're going to be affected with this energy in your lives, okay? All right, guys. That's all I have for you for the new moon. I got some plugs for you. Actually got quite a few plugs. So Stay with me. It is October, so October tarot forecasts are up. I actually finished those today. I don't have to plug this video because I'm recording it right now. We are in retrograde season. Mercury retrograde is happening. I talked about that a lot in this video, and we have a few planets stationing direct during this month, so I do have a retrograde series playlist. What else, you guys? It is October, so I have a raffle. I'm raffling off one of SunshinehazeCo's loose herbal smudge blends. I'm not sure which one I'll do yet, but that is the item for this month. I don't have that linked in the description box, but it is a very quick and short video. It is one of the more recent videos on my page, and it is in the October playlist as well. That'll probably be the easiest way to find it. What else? If you want your own Mercury retrograde reading, that's how you know I'm tired. I already moved past Mercury retrograde, but I'm still going to say this. If you want to book your own personal Mercury retrograde reading, you can do that with me through my Etsy shop. The reading is a retrograde reading, and you can get it for any planet that is currently in retrograde, but if you don't specify in the personalization box, I will give you a Mercury retrograde reading. And what else? I think that's all I got. Oh, happy birthday to the Libras. I may have already said that to you guys earlier at the beginning of the video. If I didn't, happy birthday to y'all. No, I did, because I was talking about my Grammy and one of my besties. So happy birthday again to y'all. If you want if you want a solar return reading, I offer 2 different versions. I've got a short form one, and I've got one that is a little bit more extensive, where I pull a card for each of the months as well. And those are all of my links. If you guys enjoy my information, all this free content that I put out, I definitely appreciate tips and donations. I will have that linked in the description box for sure. And if I might as well put the raffle link down there too. So I'm gonna go on and put them links in there, you guys. And I'm gonna go to bed now because I'm sleepy and I'm rambling and I'm talking in circles. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, hit that little like button and subscribe to my channel. It does help make my videos more visible on YouTube. I truly appreciate it. Happy Libra new moon, happy fall season, sending out all the good vibes for the times, and I will catch y'all next time. Peace and good night.